The excellent thing is that every yacht seems to be having an absolutely cracking race. We've been watching very carefully as they go round the course, and it's particularly interesting during the night how people all work their way round the back of the islands, Nevis, St Kitts, Eustatia and Sabre. Some boats losing out slightly in funny sort of fluky conditions that you get in the lees of these islands. And the interesting thing is, as the beat up towards St Martin, some boats took very wide angles, some paying off and some not. The boats that actually went further south did badly, but British Soldier, which went right up into the lee of St Martin, got a little bit of flat water, came out of the current, and she popped out right up in front with all the bigger boats, and so she did really well there, having taken quite a sort of an acute angle of attack into the island. And so some boats are not round yet, but most of the fleet now are heading up towards, or already round Saint-Omer, and they're heading on down. Now there's an interesting one here. Having thought at first nobody would go to the east, or rather west of Montserrat, two boats have in fact done that. It is actually a much more direct route, and in fact 2 years ago DSK, a large Swan 90, actually benefited enormously by taking that course. At this time we've seen a couple of boats rounding at the bottom end of Guadeloupe, and they're going into quite light air there. They're getting trapped in a big hole that's clearly there, and I think their acute angle will in fact help them get round quickly.
Okay, John, that's fantastic. We've got to talk about George David's Rambler 100, absolutely smoking around this race course, and by our calculation they're looking very good, not just for the monohull record but the overall record. That's your record, isn't it, John?
Yes, it will be very, very upsetting to see a monohull beat us. I set a record in 2009 on the old Prima Gas. It's a trimaran that was very famous in its day, won the Route de Rhum twice, and George David's Rambler is currently sitting just off the end of Guadeloupe at a place which is called Les Pointes de Château. She's approaching Desiderade, and once she's round there she'll turn the afterburners on and go hurtling down towards the Barbuda mark for the second time. That's a very fast leg of the course. We'll be expecting to see 20 knots out of her there. She'll pipe up, and then she'll have another fast leg down to Redonda, and it'll all lie then in that beat from Redonda back up to the finish line. We anticipate seeing her crossing the line any time between 2:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning. She has, I think, to beat both records. Have you got the details there?
Yeah, she's got to get in by just after 4 o'clock in the morning in Antigua, which is 8 o'clock GMT. To beat the monohull record, which is set by ICAP Leopard in 2009, she needs to get in just before 8 AM Antiguan time. That would be midday GMT.